am Eddie from eddietravelbag.com, and I am a solo traveller, as well as I travelled in a group as well. I have a blog called eddietravelbag.com, and it's all about travelling, solo travelling, and as well as how you can travel with allergies too. So I'm here to help you out with any of the questions that you have about solo travelling. There are so many things that I like about solo travelling. I think the main one would be the freedom that you have, because you can literally just do whatever you want to do, and I guess the biggest thing is that there's nobody that knows you that will judge you and compare. So for example, back at home you would maybe not feel so comfortable doing certain things, whereas you know, when you're away, there's nobody else to kind of say to you, oh, you wouldn't usually do that, or I don't know, it's just a lot of freedom to, yeah, just go and explore and not worry about other people. I think that was a huge one for me. And also, I think just it makes you more open to different experiences as well. You end up doing things that you wouldn't usually do, especially if you're open to, I don't know, meeting different type of people and, you know, doing just all kinds of things. So I think freedom in general. So I think when you're not too sure about traveling and going away by yourself, I think a really good way to start off is actually joining a group trek or a group tour. It just would give you a lot more confidence to actually go ahead and do it, because you wouldn't be worried about, oh, you know, I'm going to be there by myself. And especially if you're in a group tour, there's going to be someone that will probably take care of you as well. So it's really good because you don't have to worry about planning and organising all the main things such as accommodation or, you know, what you're going to do in a day, and yeah, meeting people, because you're probably going to get along with the people that you meet at, like, you know, while you're travelling in that group. So yeah, I mean, I still keep in touch with the people that I met, and that was like, I guess 6 years ago. So it's a great way of starting off, and then you get more confident. I think if you're thinking about it a lot, then probably it's a sign you should just go first of all, because so often people actually message me and they ask, you know, how did you get the confidence to do it? And they're like, I don't know if this is for me or not. But as soon as I kind of make them realise, well, if you keep wondering about it, and if you keep asking maybe questions or keep reading about it, then it's just a sign to just, you know, go. So that's if they're like wondering whether it's for them or not. But also, usually the biggest problem is money. So how can I get the money to actually go and travel? So there's so many ways that you can save, and I know it's more difficult for some people. For example, I literally chose to move back home to my parents, even though I already was living by myself, well, actually with a friend. But yeah, I just decided to move back home, and that allowed me to save a lot more than I would if I didn't move back home. And of course I had that opportunity, not everybody does, but I think it's just about prioritizing and just making sure that, you know, I don't know, just keep in mind that, for example, if you go out for dinner with your friends, that would probably be about £30. You know, if you go travel in Asia, that would be probably maybe 5 nights of accommodation. So if you kind of compare everything and just set yourself a limit of how much you can spend and how much you have to put away a month, then you can do it. Like, I saved £7,000 in 10 months. Like, that was like my goal, and I was just like, I have to do it, and there's no other way. Especially, for example, if you're kind of scared to go by yourself, don't try and convince someone to come with you, because that's a big one. And I did that before as well, and I actually failed, and that's how I ended up traveling solo. And yeah, and I just realized how much better it is for me than kind of making someone come with me, and you wouldn't end up having those experiences that you would if you went by yourself. So I think that's the main one. But again, like the mindset, just know that you can be more open to things when you go away. I mean, of course, back at home too, but if you're more open to people and experiences, then you will literally have like the best experiences you can imagine, and there'll probably be, I don't know, just like the best memories of your life so far. So just, yeah, be open. Yeah, so if you stay in a hostel, if you think about it, probably most people that are there, they are there to meet other people as well, because a lot of people will be traveling solo. And again, that's like, traveling solo is like nowhere near as scary as people think it is. So hostels, but also if you get a bigger dorm room, so for example, a lot of people that I met, they would go for the smallest dorm room, so for example 4 people in a room. But I would on purpose I would look for the biggest ones. So for example, I don't know, 10, 12, 14 or 16, and that was where I met the most people, because I don't know whether it's kind of feeling like it's a little home for the day or whatever, but you feel a lot more comfortable, like I did anyway. And yeah, I just kind of just start talking to people, and you know, especially if someone's like above you or below you in a bunk bed, it's hard not to say hi to someone. And then you also have common areas in hostels as well, so probably, well, mostly the people that will be there, they will be happy if you actually start talking to them, or they will start talking to you. And just keep in mind that if someone doesn't want to meet new people, they will probably stay in an Airbnb, or they will just, you know, be sitting there reading a book, and then just don't bother them. But if someone's there like chatting away or whatever, then you can just feel free and go up to them. Also, kind of like day trips as well, so you can join different trips. So it depends where you are for different trips, but I don't know, like so often I would be in a common area, and then I would just start talking to someone, or someone would start talking to me and ask whether I want to join them on the day trip, or even they would organize it themselves. So I don't know, we would share a taxi for the day, and then have like a driver that would drive us around. And there's just so many different possibilities that you can meet people. And then I guess you can do like cooking classes as well, or just different kind of experiences. That's another way. And Facebook groups as well. So there are different Facebook groups. There's one like Girls Love Travel, or like something about solo travelers as well. And yeah, you can just like, people just write on there and then just say that, you know, oh, I'm, I don't know, Thailand or Vietnam, and I wonder if like anybody's here that want to meet, yeah, they want to do something together. So yeah, you just end up connecting with people that way. So I actually met like quite a few people that way too. And that's a bit weird one of Tinder, and not like, you know, in that way, but I met so many people for Tinder, and you would just like kind of organize, I don't know, dinners out together. So that was like the biggest one in Thailand when I was volunteering there. So it was quite hard when I was kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I would just like end up talking to people, and usually you can tell, you know, what they want, so then you can know what to expect. And you know, like we would just kind of organize these groups, and we would go for dinner, and then we just meet so many people. And yeah, like I never had bad experiences from there. So obviously you have to be a little bit careful, I guess, but yeah, that's a good one too. So I always research a place before I go. I mean, I try to anyway. So if you're going to a certain country, just kind of have a look, maybe at the city, not the country, because they can vary quite a lot. But yeah, so then you kind of just will know what to expect roughly. So for example, when I was going to the Philippines in Cebu, I kind of read quite a lot of comments that people didn't feel really safe, especially if they're like solo traveling girls. So then I already kind of knew, okay, well, I have to be a little bit more careful. So I arrived at night time. So I just got a taxi straight from the airport to the hostel, just, you know, instead of getting a bus or whatever. And there are different apps such as Uber, Grab a Car, I think is another one. And if you don't feel safe enough to just stand on the street and try and grab a taxi, you can just, you know, use the app. And again, to be able to do that is good if you have internet with you. So it's good to get a SIM just like straight away when you get to a place. And of course, most airports will have them. If not, for example, if you're in Asia, 7-Elevens are pretty much everywhere, so you can get a SIM, and they will actually change the SIM for you as well. So people are really, really helpful. So yeah, having internet is very good. Pre-download maps as well, so Google Maps or Maps.me is a really good app as well, and you can actually download it, you know, before you need it, and yeah, they can tell you how to get from A to B. So that always kind of made me feel a little bit more safer, because I felt a lot more confident when walking around. I wasn't kind of like looking at those paper maps or whatever, I just knew exactly where I'm going. But yeah, just kind of stay safe as you would back at home. I mean, I felt so much safer in so many places that I went to than I do back at home. So yeah, just kind of do what you would usually do and don't do anything, you know, that you wouldn't usually do back at home, I guess. But if you still feel a little bit scared to go away by yourself, then just remember that you can always join the group tour. And like I said before, it's a really great way to actually start off traveling, and you won't have to worry about getting lost or anything. So that's probably like the safest option. Okay, so hopefully that answered some of your questions. If you do want to read more about my travels or solo traveling in general, as well as how it can change you as a person, then feel free to visit my website at ellietravelbag.com. I also have Instagram, YouTube, and I have a podcast coming up next month. So yeah, stay in touch.